In my opinion, this right here is the perfect size family camper. You're looking at roughly 6,000 pounds, under 26 foot, and you have a gorgeous front windshield on here. It's going to be fully laminated. You get these square tinted windows with that silver tint, large power awning, ultra ride suspension, so this thing is gonna ride nice and smooth. We have bunks in the back, which we'll see in just a second, and some additional storage. But the question, of course, is does the floor plan work for you? Well, let's find out. So this one is going to be a Murphy bed, but before you say, no, I don't want a Murphy, just look at the rest of the floor plan. You have a slide out here with the dinette and fridge, double over double bunks, big kitchen in here as well. And remember, like I said, this comes in at 6,000 pounds, under 26 foot, and you get all of this. I honestly think this is a great family floor plan. As for the Murphy bed itself, again, you can fold this up and you will have a sofa right here for some additional seating. It also comes with an ottoman, so you have a little bit of additional storage as well as a footstool there. Over to the side, you can see your nightstand with an inverted outlet. That comes inverted straight from the manufacturer. And why is that nice? Well, most RVs, to have an inverted outlet, it's like an option. You have to pay to have an inverter. But by having that one, if you're like me and you're a CPAP user, you can still plug that in and be able to use it no matter where you are. You're able to utilize the battery, which is pretty darn cool. Again, on the other side, you will see that you have some shelves there as well as an electrical outlet and USB port. And on this side, you get additional wardrobe storage. So you have hanging space right up there, space for some folded clothes there. And then overhead, we have some additional storage going all the way across. You also see a couple of reading lights plus the puck light. And again, that beautiful front windshield that really helps set the Ultra apart. The control panel is high. This is so smart. Listen, I don't know if any of you watching this have kiddos, but seeing as how it's a family floor plan, if you're still watching, you probably do. Listen, I have littles, and when the control panel is low, like down here where like a lot of manufacturers put it, man, it has red buttons. How is a kid gonna say no? They're gonna come up, they're gonna start hitting it, but by having it nice and high, it eliminates that issue. Now let's talk about these slide out, because this is what really opens this space up, right? You have the dinette here. This table, of course, drops down to make a bed for some additional sleeping space, but take a look at the size of the storage under this dinette. Now, it's not on any glides or anything, so it's just like wood on wood. So it is a little bit tougher to open and pull out, but holy smokes, talk about storage. I mean, you have massive amounts of storage here, and you get that on both sides. So one of the things I really like about Campsite Reserve is they just give you, or the Campsite Ultra rather, is that they just give you a ton of storage space. Right over here, again, you get little cubbies, so a little bit of additional storage there. And you get a nice big fridge freezer. I mean, look at this, right? Like, I'm so used to just having like 8 cubic foot from the past. And yes, more and more manufacturers are going to the 10 cubic foot like we have here, right? The 10.7 12 volt. But I love that you get all of this cold storage. And again, because it's 12 volt, this will run off your battery. You don't need a generator or anything to use it. Get this little guy, little doggo light. Not sure. I like it. It's cute. Let me know your thoughts. Is this something you're like, yes, I love this? Or are you like, yeah, I'm not digging it, I'm gonna take that down? Let me know in the comments, because I have my feelings and opinions on it, but they may differ from yours. So let me know. Across the way here is going to be our kitchen. Solid surface countertops in here. A big fan of that. I always push for solid surface in a coach, especially if it's going to be higher end like this one is. And so I'm glad they put that in there. This also I really like is when you walk in, you have a spot to put your shoes, as well as this right here, you have a spot for your trash can. So if you notice right up top, right here in the countertop, you have a little space to be able to throw all of your trash down in there, and then you can just walk the trash right out the door instead of having to bring it through the whole coach. You know, I'm good with that. I also wouldn't mind having it right here. Like, I'd put my trash can right there and be fine with it too. So like, again, I don't think that's like a make it or break it, but it is just a nice additional feature. You have electrical outlet, USB port there, glass rinser. This I do love because I entertain a lot and I can take my rocks glass and wash it out right there. That's a big win for me. Also, the faucet, you will see you have a couple different options here. So if you notice, you kind of have like sprayers all built in. So when it's this way, that whole thing kind of sprays like a waterfall faucet. When it's this way, you're getting just your standard faucet. So kind of gives you a few different options there. Again, just, you know, I don't think it's going to be like, oh my gosh, that faucet, that's what made me buy the Campsite Ultra, but it is just one of those nice additional features. Taking a look kind of across the way is going to be the TV. This, of course, is on an articulating mount, so it can pop right out to be able to watch from the bed, or where it currently sits, you can sit right here on the dinette. Now, me personally, I'm probably putting some throw pillows right here, and I'm going to put my back against that, put my feet here, and watch the TV. But again, you can watch it from the bed or the sofa with the ottoman. You have a couple different options here. I also love the big campside window. I'm a huge fan of campside windows. This is what I want to look out to. Well, I mean, not necessarily this because, yeah, as you can see, I'm at a show. But if you're at a campsite, this is going to be a much nicer view right there. You also get a 3-burner cooktop, oven there, storage on both sides. This is pretty good storage too. If I open that up, I mean, you can see, you know, it is nice and deep. You get a spice rack coming up the side, electrical outlet right down there as well. We can see our thermostat, entertainment system. This is for Bluetooth, so that way we can jam out to some music if we want. And then, of course, because this is a bunk model, we have our bunks right here in the back. And you will see that you have a light right up there. And let me flip this around if you can see. There we go. So we have some storage right here. And as you'll see right there, you have USB ports and electrical outlets. So if you need to plug anything in, right, whether it's a tablet or gaming system or whatever, you have the capability to do that. And then down here, it's going to be the same thing. We have a light right there. Flip it around and there you go. There are those. Now, the other thing I really like about the bunks is the storage underneath. Kind of like we had underneath the dinette. We can pull this sucker out. I mean, I'll back up here just to kind of show you size. Like, that is massive. I mean, massive. I really, really like what they have done. And I know that, you know, it's nothing fancy with like the catches or anything like that, you know, or, you know, just basically just like a little stop that you lift it up and over. And it doesn't have the glide, so it's not like the easiest to pull in and out. But man, having that much storage for me, 100% worth it. If we kind of spin around here and take a look at the bathroom, it's going to be sufficient, right? It's adequate. You have decent countertop space, nothing too wild here. The sink kind of takes up most of the countertop, but I mean, I can make that work. And then dropping down underneath, again, nothing wild, but you know, I can put some black tank chemical, maybe a few rolls of toilet paper in there. Have the mirrored medicine cabinet as well as the Suburban tankless water heater. So that's going to be on-demand hot water. You'll see a hanging rod right here. So that way you have a spot for towels, or, you know, if you do rock a robe, you can do that too. And then the shower is going to be over to the side. Now, if I step into the shower here, let's take a look at what we have. So, as you can see, I am in the skylight, right? At 6 foot tall, I definitely need the skylight here, but as you can see, it is the majority of the shower. I mean, so it's really not an issue. You're gonna be standing under the skylight anyway, but if you're much taller, if you're 6'1", you can probably still stand in here. If you're 6'2", chances are you're probably gonna have to duck down a little bit. But something I do want to point out is this right here, the fact that you have a 14-inch fan here in the bathroom. That's something that oftentimes you don't get. Usually you get what we call in the industry a fart fan. It's just like the little guy that's like, pee, does basically nothing. That's not going to be the case with that one. That one is going to rock and roll, just like that one right there. What about with the slides in? What are you looking at for space? Well, let me show you. If we take a look here with the slide in, the table in position, it's pretty darn tight. Now, you probably could remove the table and maybe have like a kiddo sneak through there if they had to access the bathroom, for example, because if you can make it back there, you can open the door as well as get to the fridge and open that. It's just getting back there that is the trick. But again, you know, if they're small enough or you're nimble enough, you may be able to do it. I'm not saying it's closed off. I'm just saying it's very difficult. Also, the slide mechanism, I just quickly want to talk about that. You will see that this unit does utilize cable slides. So you have cables both on the top and bottom that pull the slides in as well as push the slide out. Now, if you love what you saw and you want to know price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Also, drop me a comment. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like, so I can get it back to the manufacturer. Thanks for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and until next time, we'll see you.